Hello, loves. It's Kat here from Self-Unity. Welcome to today's divine reading. For today's reading, we are just going to be defining what messages of guidance you most need to hear and receive at this time. So for today's reading, we are using this lovely indie deck, the Starseeker Oracle, and I just absolutely love this deck, and this is the first time that I'm using it in a public reading, so I'm really excited to share the beautiful illustrations in this deck with you all. And if you feel called to, I definitely recommend checking out the Van Mystic on Instagram. Nikki is the creator of this deck, and she's just such a beautiful soul, and she has such beautiful artwork that she shares on there, and she's also a tarot reader, and she's just got such beautiful energy, and it definitely translates in her deck. And this is in no way sponsored. I just felt like sharing that information with you all because she's such a beautiful soul and the creator of this deck. So if you feel called to, definitely recommend checking her out. But all right, love. So while I'm shuffling the cards, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask and receive answers upon in today's guidance, go ahead and take a moment to ask those questions to yourself and set those intentions for your reading today. And trust that you will receive the answers in the divine's perfect timing. And as I always share, please keep in mind that this is a public general reading, so not everything that comes through may resonate with you. So only take what resonates and then leave the rest. Don't force things to fit where they don't fit, all right? And of course, in this reading and in all situations in life, trust your intuition first and foremost above all. All right, loves, let's see what our cards are for today. So we have the Page of Swords. All right, Page of Swords. So we still have that Swords energy coming through today. And we also have Justice. Number 11 from the Major Arcana. So we have two 11s there. And then we have 18, the Moon. All right, couple arcanas coming out today, majors. Oh, wow. And then we have 22, the Womb. This is actually an extra addition that the creator of this deck put in with the Major Arcana, and we pulled that card today. So this is a powerful reading here. We have 3 Major Arcana and then the Page of Swords. So let's see what's coming through with today's cards. Okay, love, so this definitely feels like there is something that is sort of breaching the surface, okay? Something that you have kept hidden from yourself. It could be something that was kept hidden from you, but it really feels like it's more like something that is resting in your subconscious, something that you have really been hiding from yourself. And now things are coming up and they're breaching the surface. And I actually love that we have the moon because we do have the full moon in Sagittarius coming up on, I actually think it's June 11th, which is really synchronistic with the page representing the number 11. And then we also have 11 Justice there. So I believe it's June 11th. We have the full moon in Sagittarius happening. And so I definitely feel like we're picking up on some of that full moon energy where there's something that's going to be illuminated, something that the full moon is going to be illuminating for you. It's going to be casting its light on the places where shadows have been kept, where things have been really like hidden beneath the surface. Let's see if we can get a little more on this. I feel that this is something that you may have been keeping on the back burner, something that you may have been wanting to pursue, or something you've been wanting to communicate, but you just haven't been coming forward with this energy, with this purpose or this mission, or just giving voice to the thoughts that you have around this energy. And now the full moon is coming in, or just the timeline, things are just shifting now. And the energy is changing to allow you to give voice to what it is that you've been keeping hidden within yourself, keeping, hidden beneath the surface. There is this energy too, where it's like almost with the womb card here, where it's almost like you were maybe feeling as though you were drowning in this energy, and it just kept building, but you didn't allow yourself to access it or to go within and face these challenging beliefs or emotions or ideas, whatever it is, that you are finally allowing yourself to be honest with yourself about, and also being honest with others around you and the world around you about what it is that you truly are. Like, this really feels like a really deep message where there's something about yourself that you have been hiding from yourself and from others, some type of soul truth. And it's coming up now to allow yourself to really dive into and access your authenticity as a whole. There's also this energy of something that you're wanting to pursue, something that you're wanting to move forward with, but it's going to require you to give voice to what it is that you're wanting to pursue, what you're wanting to bring forward. Communication is really being highlighted here. Let's go ahead and pull a couple more tarot cards, because we are like pulling teeth in this reading, trying to get the message out. Here we go. We have 8 of Wands. Yeah, there's something that you have really been wanting to share. 6 of Pentacles. Wanting to share, wanting to bring into the light. And King of Cups. Yes. But you may have had fears around it. Maybe it wasn't the right timing, and now it is the right time. Now you're being given this opportunity to pursue it and to bring it out into the light. And I keep hearing this phrase, ready or not. There's also this energy of like, ready or not, this is bubbling up above the surface. You're no longer going to be below in the water, drowning in the water. Somebody's going to come in, you're going to come in and pull yourself up. You're going to realize you have arms and legs and can swim to the top. You have a voice. You can give voice to these thoughts, to these ideas, to these emotions that you've been holding in, okay? But with the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles and the King of Cups here, this does feel a lot deeper, where there is some type of connection to this energy being rooted in the depths and the truth of who you are. There's something about yourself that you have been hiding from yourself and from others. And it really feels connected to almost like the truth of who you are in your heart center. So there's something about yourself that you're really passionate about, or just something that you have very strong beliefs around, emotional attachments to. But maybe there have been fears around speaking the truth around this. That's why we have the Justice card here too, where you just haven't wanted to allow yourself to express these truths openly. But now you're at a precipice where it's almost like this energy of it's now or never. You can continue holding on to these truths, feeling overwhelmed by them, feeling very clouded by them, or you can finally take that leap into giving them voice, giving them expression, breathing life into them. That's a key word that keeps coming up this week, breathing life into it, through your voice first and foremost, and also through the actions that you take. Okay, so we also have the 6 of Pentacles here, which is about give and take, and so it's also about reciprocity. And so there is this energy where there's something for some of you where you're wanting to create something, wanting to breathe life into something that you're really passionate about, something that could be connected to like a life purpose or a soul mission, some type of passion of yours, some type of creative project, maybe a business, maybe a relationship, like something happening within a relationship where you're wanting to give voice to something connected to it, or to your purpose, passion, your job, it could be anything really. But there's something that you've been holding back on in relation to the spaces, places, and people that you've been connecting with. But it starts with you. There's like a soul truth that you're going to be recognizing sometime this week, definitely by the time of the full moon, when the full moon takes place. I think it's on June 11th. This is going to be illuminated for you to admit to yourself and to really start giving voice to this, to start expressing it in some way. One, through your voice, through communication, but then also through action, through some type of practice where there's something you really want to express about these truths, or something you want to move forward with. So even though we keep highlighting voice and communication here, for some of you, you may put this into the form of writing or even like artistic expression or song, creating music. There's something connected to it where like you're going to be using these ideas and these soul truths to breathe life into some type of like physical formation of it, where you can really show the world what you actually mean or who you actually are. So some of you could also be considering like getting like a makeover, almost like changing up your wardrobe, maybe getting a haircut, changing your appearance in some way, okay? And maybe also your home environment, maybe cleaning out clutter, cleaning out things that no longer align with these soul truths that you're stepping forward with and that you're recognizing and realizing about yourself. So this is a very powerful, very transformative week of you coming into the depths of your soul truth and actually moving forward with those soul truths by giving voice to them and taking action to almost create this energy of what's the word, like I don't want to say proof, but like showing others like, this is who I am, this is what I stand for, this is my soul truth, and just kind of like putting it out there in a physical formation for others to actually see the truth that you are wanting to express and not convince others, but like share with others of who you are. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards now, because these messages coming through, they're very we have one card sticking out on the bottom. They're very like hidden, like the moon energy. It's like this hidden message. We're talking in codes here. Wow, we have the Fool. Yeah, so new beginnings right there for you. It's time to take that leap. Whatever you've been hiding within, whatever you've been holding back on, it's time to take a leap of faith on yourself and move forward with this. Whether you're ready or not, that cycle is closing out, like the previous cycle of you holding back, not admitting your truth to yourself. That energy is closing out, and now you're going to be kind of pushed into, or just guiding yourself into, stepping into those soul truths outwardly. You're no longer holding them within yourself and taking it all to yourself. You're going to be sharing it with yourself outwardly, in the external, and with others around you, and being like letting them know like, this is who I am, this is what I stand for. And take your time with that. Be gentle with yourself as you go through that process, because some of these ideas and identity shifts and patterns that you're stepping into could come as a shock to others, because you've been keeping this so close to yourself for so long that others may not really be aware of these soul truths. So just be gentle with yourself and with others as you start awakening others to the truth of your soul, like to the depth of your soul truths. Okay, so we have wildflowers, number 44. When you allow yourself to imagine wildly, worlds of worlds are created. Yes, you're creating a whole new world for yourself, whole new identity shift here. We have Heather, number 14. You are worthy, my dear. Silence the noise that strips you of your peace. Yes. And let's see what our last one is here. Rewild. Wow. These cards are all in perfect alignment. 29, let your soul's garden grow wild, setting yourself free and allowing mysteries to surprise you. Yes, you are taking off the shackles, taking off the rose-colored glasses. You are no longer hiding in the shadows. You're coming out into the light with the depths of your soul truth that keeps coming up. There's something about you that has sort of been festering beneath the surface, and it can no longer be contained. It's time to allow it to grow wild and free. And you're going to be expressing these truths outwardly in a very magical way. There is this energy coming in to it's like this energy where things can get a little chaotic at first, or it could feel a little chaotic, a little bit overwhelming when you start expressing these truths outwardly and start pursuing these inner passions, and giving voice to what you're actually feeling within, because it's all been bubbling beneath the surface. It's all been kept within for quite some time, and now you're giving voice to this, you're expressing it outwardly. And so it is a big shift that you're going to be going through. Like you're giving life to things that you have kept on the inside, that you've been holding on to internally, and you're giving life to it, and now you're going to be expressing it outwardly in the physical and the external. And it can feel a little abrupt to yourself and to others, like I said before, where it's like people may not have had the awareness that you had these beliefs or are holding on to these beliefs or these soul truths. They may not have any idea about these parts of you that you're going to be coming forward with and sharing with yourself and others in the external world. And so there can be this little bit of like an abrupt energy coming in where it's like a little bit chaotic, a little bit confusing, because you aren't familiar with operating in the external. Like you're really within these aspects where it's like you're really comfortable with keeping these things internally, and you're not as comfortable or familiar yet with expressing yourself outwardly in whatever it is that you're going to be sharing outwardly. Okay, so not in all instances, but in this specific one that you're coming into the truth of, you're not used to speaking out loud about these things or practicing these beliefs outwardly and the external. So it can feel a little bit uncomfortable at first. I'm hearing that saying, we always say, growth happens outside the comfort zone. And so you are going to be growing this whole new world, this whole new energy, this whole new meaning and purpose to your life as a whole, as you start to step outside that comfort zone and bring these hidden truths into the light, into illumination. So just be mindful of that and just give yourself time, give yourself grace as you work through that energy of breathing life into these deep held soul truths that you've been holding on to yourself. Okay, so I am really drawn to the name Heather here. So Heather could be significant to somebody. Also, the name Heath is coming up there, with the Heather there. And then we have the word wild twice. Okay, so let yourself run wild for a little bit. I feel like there's this like cautionary energy coming in, but Spirit's also saying, no, you're not going to care. Like once you unleash these truths outwardly, whether by giving voice to it or by starting the creation process or the practices that you're going to be connecting with, you're going to want to just run wild and free with it and just enjoy being in that energy. And you'll just be in this energy where it's like, I'm going to run wild and free. I'll deal with the repercussions of it later. And that is perfectly okay, is what Spirit's saying. But if you want to be a little bit mindful of it too, just be mindful that it can cause a little bit of chaos and confusion for others around you, because they are not going to be used to seeing you in this energy. But you will be embodying the depths of your truth and your authenticity, which is going to be a signal and a trigger to others around you that they can also embody their authenticity and their soul truths in the same or similar ways that you are, by just being able to be completely free in their expressions of who they are. Okay, so just know that you don't have to cater to other people's their perceptions and judgments of you living in your truth, living in your authenticity. Okay, they will learn from it and they can decide for themselves if they still want to be connecting with you or not. And I feel that they will. It's just they may need some time to get familiar with this new shift in their perceptions of like who you are and who you're expressing yourself as now. Okay, so that's what Spirit really means by that. chaotic confusion energy. It's more so coming from like the people around you in your communities where they're just not used to seeing you embodying these soul truths and this authentic expression of yourself. Okay, so just continue doing you and allowing yourself to explore these soul truths outwardly, because that is where the magic lies, and that is where you're going to be creating these whole new worlds that are going to bring you to a space of inner peace. And like, I'm hearing the word soul gratitude, like you're just going to feel so much gratitude for this as well. All right, loves, I was going to pull one card from this deck here. This is the Healing Waters Oracle. Oh, should we take that one? I guess we'll take that one. No shuffling. And then we'll pull one affirmation to close out the reading. Wow, look at that. The waterfall. Yes, I'm glad we took this card. Inner power, unbridled confidence, claiming your place. Yes, this is the energy that you will be embodying. You are tapping into the depths of your inner power, of your inner truth, your soul power, and you are stepping forward with this unbridled confidence. And just, you know, you're no longer in that energy of like drowning in it and holding it back and hiding in the shadows of it, keeping yourself small and hidden in the shadows of it. You are now the one that is becoming the waterfall and allowing others to almost like, not in a negative way, but like allowing others to like drown in the depths of your inner power in a very positive and uplifting way, because you are now claiming your place, claiming your soul truths, bringing justice back to yourself and to the depths of your soul truths. So really beautiful, powerful energy coming through here. All right, let's go ahead and pull our last card now, loves. We're going to just pull one more card from this deck here. This is the Super Attractor Oracle deck, and these are just affirmations. So we're just going to pull one affirmation card to close out the reading. You know, I didn't notice, but we also have the 4s here, 4-4, and then we have 14 too. So you may be seeing sequences of 4s. Also the ones that we talked about with the 2 11s, maybe seeing 11-11. And then we also have the 22 there on the womb card. So maybe also seeing sequences of 2s, which 4s break down into 2s as well. So those could be significant numbers for somebody. I'm also drawn to this 14 here, where somebody that you know, maybe a child or a teenager, of course, is going to be turning 14 soon. So that could be significant for somebody specific. All right, let's see what our affirmation is for today. When I merge my desire with faith, I can take action from a place of peace rather than control. Yes, this is like the energy that you're stepping out of and into. When I merge my desire with faith, I can take action from a place of peace rather than control. So this card coming out, it really makes me feel that when you are hiding your soul truth, the soul truths that are going to be surfacing this week, coming up out of the waters of your subconscious into your conscious mind, so you can bring healing and light and love back to these soul truths and to start expressing the depths of them outwardly. When you were hiding them, you were operating from a space of control, whether you were aware of this or not. It was like the energy of trying to keep yourself small, trying to keep parts of yourself hidden because you didn't want to upset people. You don't want to create that chaotic, confusing energy in people really like questioning, like, why are you saying that? Why are you doing that? You know, things like that. You were trying to not like, what's the word? Like, muddle the waters or muddle the connections that you share. But by doing that, you were really keeping yourself muddled, keeping yourself down, keeping yourself small and in spaces that didn't allow you to really tap into the depths and truths of your inner power and to access that and to operate from the place of peace, which is what you were trying to accomplish, but you weren't accomplishing that for yourself. You were more so worried about all the other people and keeping their peace. But it's not up to you to control other people's peace. It's only up to you to make sure that you are operating from a space of peace. And so by allowing yourself to really tap into the root and the truths of what you desire to experience, to feel, to embrace, and to practice, you will allow yourself to move forward with those soul truths on that leap of faith energy. The Fool card's all about taking a leap of faith on yourself, trusting in yourself, trusting in what you're feeling intuitively, internally, and bringing it out into the light through giving it voice, through giving it expression, through giving it life. So I am really excited to see what comes of your soul truths this week. I will say to definitely take it easy until these soul truths come up, because when we go through this process of reaching into the depths of our subconscious and bringing those truths out into the conscious mind, it can be a little bit grueling. It can be very heavy because you're going through this processing phase of, again, pulling things out of the subconscious, things that you've kept hidden from yourself, but they are now coming to the light. And once they breach that light, there's going to be a turn, a click of the dial, and things are going to align in a very magical way for you, where you are no longer going to be hiding in the depths of your soul truths, and you're going to be bringing them out into the light, illuminating them, and stepping forward with this unbridled confidence, as it says here, and claiming your place, claiming your power, returning to your power, returning to your soul truths, and not giving an F what anybody else thinks, even though they are going to be creating that energy of confusion and chaos in their own lives. That's not for you to worry about. You're now in the roots of your true power, in the depths of your true power, and you get to create a whole new world for yourself that is in deep alignment with who you are and who you have always wanted to be, who you have always been. And so I'm really excited to see what comes of this for you this week. So if you feel called to share, I would love to hear from you all in the comments, or you can also send me messages on Instagram to chat about it, because this is a very powerful, very transformative week of really aligning to the depths of your soul truths in the light of love and peace and faith. So that is it for your messages today, my loves. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up, and know that I am sending you so much love. Until next time, bye, loves.